Aave can change your account balance. Did you hear that? They theoretically could change your account balance. Or Aave can replace all code with new code. That's crazy. 5 DeFi scams that you need to be aware of. We're going to be talking about some common scams. Actually, we're talking about methods of scams more so than scams. Different ways that various scams could scam you in the DeFi space. Now, here's what you need to understand. Some of you are going to be shocked by what I'm about to uncover in this video. Some of the largest projects on earth right now in the crypto space are susceptible to these scams, and most people don't even know it. By the way, we're talking about DeFi staking platform, T2X, Hex. We're even talking about Aave, Compound, even programs like Uniswap. That's right. Almost all of them, with the exception of 2 or 3. We're going to cover which ones aren't susceptible and which ones are susceptible. But first, let's go through the list of methods that exist right now that you need to be careful for if you're in the DeFi space, decentralized finance, or the crypto space in general. I oftentimes talk about on my channel, I say, hey, DeFi is risky, crypto is risky, do your own research, etc. But most people don't really know what that means. They don't know what they need to be looking for. So I'm going to talk about it here in this video. So scam number 1 is just a typical exit scam. They take down the website and they run. Now, it's worth pointing out every single one of these methods are related to centralization. If there is true decentralization on the platform, like Bitcoin, Bitcoin's fully decentralized, meaning that there's not one entity, there's not even 2 or 3 individuals that can control Bitcoin. It's fully decentralized. If a project is fully decentralized, then they're not going to be at risk. But every single one of these methods relates to some form of decentralization, some form of centralization. So obviously take down the website and run. This is the easiest, most scammiest. No reputable project is really going to be able to do this. As we move through these steps, each method is going to become a little bit more serious and a little bit more complex, to the point that most people are unaware that they're even at risk for this. So take down the website and run. Normally you're going to see this in websites, investment schemes. And that's what they are. They're really investment scams. They claim they're investing in your crypto, send them crypto. You're going to make a return in X number of days or every day. They'll pay out a little bit, similar to like a Ponzi, and then they're up and gone. You go to log in, the website's down, it doesn't work anymore. That can happen. It can happen to a lot of projects. And we're talking about there's not even a blockchain there. There's nothing. It's fully centralized, and you're just sending money in and getting payments each day. There's no way to even verify what they're doing. Well, then one day, all of a sudden, boom, the website is gone. Here's the scam method number 2, farm worthless tokens. So yield farming has become really, really popular. And there's all sorts of tokens, from every vegetable name and fruit name on the planet to raw fish. And a lot of times you're farming tokens. And in some cases, the tokens are really worthless. They have a value. That's why they're successful at the farming initially. They have a value because there's all sorts of methods to give to lock up Ethereum and to do whatever with Uniswap to create a value in a token. But then the tokens will quickly lose value to the point that they'll go down to being worthless. Now, DeFi farming, yield farming in general is going to go down in value. Tokens values are going to go down as more tokens are farmed. That's how inflation works. When inflation is present, the value of the underlying asset will go down. When there's more of them, less people are trying to buy them. So that's normal. But it's one thing to farm a token that may have a real use case, and it's another thing to farm a token whose only use case is just to serve as some representative value in the yield farming. And then as the token becomes worthless, it's ultimately totally worthless and really has no use case whatsoever. And the last people farming the tokens are typically the losers. The devs always make out, in some sort of fees or whatnot. The early investors tend to do pretty well, but it's worthless. It was never going to succeed long term anyway. There's no longevity to it. All right, let's talk about DeFi scam method number 3. Again, these are going to start to become a little bit more complex. Drain the contract. Okay, so this is most people who are investing in crypto, it's really unfortunate. Like, they don't really understand a smart contract. A smart contract, what it is supposed to be, in most cases, I can't say every case, but in most cases, it should be fully decentralized. No one has control over it, and it should be able to be set up so that it is secure, so the contract functions as it's expected. You put crypto in, the crypto does what it's supposed to do automatically based off how the smart contract is programmed. However, smart contracts can be programmed, or there can be such thing as a backdoor in the contract, or the contract's not fully secure. And in that case, the developers, once there's a lot of cryptocurrency in the contract, the developers could potentially access those funds. They're supposed to be secured by the contract or secured in the contract. But it is possible in some cases when there's a scam, about to take place, the developer could access the contract. Now, in a true audited smart contract, that should not be possible. Understand, that should not be possible. But if the contract hasn't been audited and the devs have intentionally created a way to drain the contract, then they can go in and drain the contract, and then all of a sudden the contract's empty. And that's a scam. Now, specifically when we're talking about scams, we're talking about when someone represents one thing is happening, but there's a lack of integrity in the project and something else happens, like when a contract gets drained when it's not supposed to. That is an outright scam. Now, the challenge with these sort of situations, or what you can look for to help prevent this, is many times contracts will claim that they've been audited. Now, I will caution you, that is reassuring and it is helpful, but there's no standard to auditing, meaning the auditors can make mistakes. The auditors could be paid off. We're not to the place yet where we have like a really good, solid, well-known gold standard in auditing. Now, there's some major firms out there that do contract auditing, but the average investor that's going to invest in any project that has a smart contract probably is not aware of those specific, well-reputed auditing firms. So with that being said, when even though you see that a project is audited, see if you can find out who the auditors are. Does the website appear legit? Again, it doesn't mean that it is legit, but does it appear legit? That's helpful. But still, be very careful anytime you're in the DeFi space in general, specifically if you're dealing with smart contracts. The single biggest risk to most good projects is a bad smart contract. And when I say bad smart contract, it doesn't have to be a backdoor. It could just be a smart contract that's not secure and someone's able to hack the contract. I will tell you, I always, when I see a developer claim that a contract got hacked, I'm always suspicious. Did it really get hacked, or did you just drain the funds? Because you don't really have any way of knowing. But this is a major one, and this is one to be on the lookout for. Okay, now we're going to be talking about one that you really need to be careful for. And this one right here is sneaky, but there's a couple things you can do to protect yourself on this one, but it also can be one of the most dangerous. Before we get into number 4, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If I've helped you at all so far, smash that like button. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's talk about number 4. Change your wallet function. This is crazy and this can be scary. Let me show you what this is. So I'm over here on the DeFi staking platform just to show you. I'm just going to put some in here. I'm not going to actually do it, but you click stake. This right here. A lot of people get in the habit of just clicking accept. A lot of people come over here and just do this right here, and they just set it up, forever until the next login for 24 hours, add to a whitelist. And they just do it out of sheer convenience. They just do it out of convenience. The problem is, it's possible for the developers to go in and change the function. And they can change this function. Right here it says stake. That's good. You want to look at it, see what it says. Smart contract trigger. This is the contract. Make sure the contract, in my case, I always look at the first 3 and the last 2. Make sure the contract looks like what you're familiar with if you've interacted with it before. The most important part is watch this function. Make sure it doesn't say anything other than what you expect it to say. In some cases, this function can be changed. This happened not too long ago with a contract. Thankfully not with me, but it was all over the internet for a minute. The function was changed where it started out as, say, stake or deposit or withdraw. It was normal. And then all of a sudden, the developers, whoever they are, changed when people did this and clicked accept and they weren't paying attention, and they were giving the developers access to their wallets. That is a problem. Now, this is easily, you can protect against this in two ways. By the way, number 5, we haven't got to method number 5 yet, but number 5 is even bigger than this. I mean, number 5 is the one that the biggest projects in cryptocurrency are susceptible to number 5. So we're going to get to that in a minute. But the way you protect against having your wallet function changed, two ways. First of all, whenever you get ready to do something, double check the function. Make sure it says what you want it to say. And if you know what contract you're dealing with, make sure the contract is there. That's the first way. The second thing you can do is have 2 different wallets. It's very, 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 very easy in TronLink to have 2 different wallets. You can have this wallet, and you can easily set up a second wallet. And that second wallet, you can transfer funds between that. So you have one main wallet that holds most of your holdings, and then you have a transactional wallet. And that way what you would do is everything runs through the transactional wallet. So let's just say I had, a million Tron. I don't, but let's say I had a million Tron sitting in another wallet. Then by the way, you can switch wallets easy right here. And if you had another wallet set up here on TronLink, which I don't have one on TronLink, but if you have another wallet set up here on TronLink, you can simply click on it and switch to it. Just that easy. That's all you have to do, switch to it. So you can send funds back and forth to each wallet. I do this from time to time, and I've recently started doing it more often because I found like this was becoming common. So basically, in this case, let's just say DSP. I would only use this wallet to interact with DSP. I would only put in here what I need. Once I made a withdrawal, say from DSP or any other smart contract, I would then send those withdrawal funds to my other wallet. When I give access, when I click the stake button and give access, let's do it again just so you can see. When I give access, I'm only giving access to this one wallet. I'm not giving access to any other wallet. So even if they hack this wallet, they're not going to be able to go through and hack my other wallet just by changing, the function on this transaction. So first, pay attention to function. Don't get out of the habit of automatically accepting. Get out of the habit of automatically accepting. Even if you feel like you trust the platform, it's a good habit just to check function, make certain that hasn't changed. And keep 2 wallets. Keep a main holdings wallet and then keep a transactional wallet. The only transactions that exist with your holdings wallet is to and from your transactional wallet. Don't ever let anything else access your holdings wallet. If you do that, this is going to keep you safe from changing the function on the transactional wallet. Okay, with that being said, let's talk about the next one. This is the biggest one. Admin keys, God mode. I know this sounds crazy, but almost every major decentralized project that you're aware of is centralized because they have admin keys. Let's take a look at this. This is an article that came out. How many DeFi projects still have God mode admin keys? More than you think. The vast majority of DeFi projects still have the ability to enter God mode and unilaterally make changes to pretty much everything. This is crazy. 12 out of the 15 of the most popular decentralized finance protocols still have access to a God mode admin key according to data on review platform Defi Watch. We're going to look at Defi Watch in a minute, and I'm going to show you how you can see which projects still have admin keys. These full access controls allow a developer to modify or replace the smart contracts underpinning their projects, including making adjustments to their user balances. While admin keys have been justified as a way to protect user funds and are often used with security features such as time locks and multi-sigs, analysts argue this calls into question exactly how decentralized are these projects really. The answer is they're not. If someone has the ability to access the admin keys, they're not decentralized yet. In a YouTube video posted on September 24th, Mastering Bitcoin, author and educator Andreas Antonopoulos defined a truly decentralized project as one that does not have the custodial control over the funds. That's a very important criteria. I think it's the foundational criteria. I'll find this video and link it above, and I'll put it down in the description so you can watch it for yourself. I highly recommend you follow Andreas Antonopoulos. He's definitely a great educator in the cryptocurrency space. By that standard, most protocols fall well short of the 15 projects reviewed on DeFi Watch. Only 3 out of 15, Instadap, MakerDAO, and Uniswap, are reported to have no admin keys associated with their product. The remaining projects, which include Aave, Compound, DDEX, Yearn Finance, Nexus Mutual, and Synthetics, all have admin keys allowing varying degrees of control. This is mind-blowing to me. I'm going to show you how you can kind of sort of keep up with this. Aave admin key, which is owned by an Argon DAO consisting of just 5 members, only requires 3 yes votes to make sweeping protocol changes. Aave currently sits third among all DeFi projects by total value locked, TVL, with more than 1.3 billion locked. Now, mind you, 3 human beings on the planet have access to $1.38 billion worth of crypto. Let's just hope if you have $500 there, or $5,000 or $1 billion there, let's just hope those 3 individuals don't get hit by a bus, or they're not all flying in the same airplane that goes down. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. However, several projects, including Compound, have implemented security features to protect the integrity of the admin keys, and many projects have plans to migrate to a fully decentralized governance systems in the future. That's a typo. While many users have suggested that Aave and other projects have been upfront about their admin key, DeFi Watch founder Chris Bleck believes that DeFi protocols need to be explicit if they retain the option to enter God mode. Here we go. In the case of Aave, I do believe this has been publicly stated, and they are now getting rid of it when upgrading to version 2 with some more proper governance. Until then, be careful. Chris Bleck, the founder of DeFi Watch, comes back and says, "It takes far too much digging for a user to find that info. It needs to be up front and center, or front and center." I totally agree. Bleck added that even when projects acknowledge that an admin key exists, few clearly outline the ramifications. For example, nowhere does it say Aave can change your account balance. Did you hear that? They theoretically could change your account balance. Or Aave can replace all code with new code. That's crazy. Aave website states all funds are held in non-custodial contracts and have an opaque warning. Aave will keep ownership of the protocol in these early days in order to ensure that the protocol remains secure if any issues arise. Look, I don't know about you, but the idea that 3 people can agree to change practically anything about the contract doesn't necessarily make it feel any more secure to me. Synthetic smart contracts are similarly fully upgradable via the admin key, with DeFi Watch stating that the core team possesses vast power to do just about anything, including adjusting user balances and draining funds. See, most of the time we think about this with some sort of scammy project. DeFi can be sketchy. You've got to be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Despite Synthec's core teams acknowledging that the project is highly centralized, the protocol has attracted more than $590 million in assets from the DeFi community. Uniswap, one of the good guys, does not have any admin keys. However, blockchain analysts from Glassnode suggest in a report this week that the DeFi project has essentially created their own equivalent backdoor through the distribution of the Uni governance token. According to Glassnode, the team potentially has immediate access to almost 40% of the entire supply, which is over double the amount currently held by the rest of the Uniswap community. The Uniswap token facilitates project governance, including access to the project's treasury. This would put them firmly in control of the decentralized protocol. That's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. One thing about it, though, the governance, that would be obvious in the governance, meaning you would at least know it. You might not be able to stop it initially, but you would at least know it. DeFi Watch states that the trustless protocols are something of a mirage at present, and in the end, security comes down to the project team's competency. That's a little bit scary. I mean, if KuCoin can't stay secure, I mean, most major exchanges have some sort of data breach at some point or another. I mean, the whole point in getting away from centralization is to prevent such data breaches and hacks long term. The only way that you can truly feel secure while using these DeFi projects currently is to trust in the competency of the team and their ability to secure their admin key. Again, do we know these people? Do we know what their ability is in cybersecurity? Very, very interesting. All right. I think this is the video that I'm going to put above. Let's go here real quick. Then I'll wrap up this video. You can come to DefiWatch.net. This website has a lot more that they can add to it, but it's worth coming here. When you come here on the left-hand side, look at what is an admin key, and then project reviews. And you can go through each project and look, and it kind of gives you, what is their admin keys? Yes. Aave's protocol is 100% upgradable via an admin key that is owned by an Argon, however you say that, DAO. The DAO has 5 members and can approve admin key transactions with 3 yes votes on a proposal. The key is capable of making sweeping changes to the protocol. BZX, yes. Wow, they've had multiple exploits. Compound's protocol is upgradable via a single admin key with a 2-day time lock. Compound claims to use an offline multi-party process for key security. However, who would know that? How could you prove that? Update. As of February 26, Compound has announced the development of a token-based governance system which would aim to eliminate the need for the admin key described here. However, transition date is still, to be announced or whatever. So we still don't know when that is. Again, you can come by here one by one. That's DefiWatch.net. DefiWatch.net. Listen, cryptocurrency is a very, very interesting space. I believe in the future of cryptocurrency. I believe in the future of Bitcoin. I have a video that's talking about why Bitcoin prices are going to start going up, why there's a potential liquidity crisis looming. I'm going to post that video above. You can definitely go ahead and watch that. I'm positive on the cryptocurrency space, but you just have to be careful. Earlier today, I made a video talking about earning passive Tron with the DSP token platform. And I was talking about maximizing my earnings. And I always tell people you have to be careful because every project, even the most well-intended good developers, can run into security risk or security threats that they can't always protect you against. They're all human. So even if it's not a bad dev looking to scam you, in these situations where there's admin keys and stuff like that, that's a security risk, and you have to be careful in crypto. Listen, if you love cryptocurrency as much as I do, smash that like button, hit that bell notification icon, and of course, make certain that you subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, crypto equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.